If you're a small business owner, you'll likely need a professional website up and running quickly without learning how to code. Today, I'll be showing you how to build a website with Squarespace, our easiest website builder. I'll be walking you through the whole process using Squarespace's AI builder and then using the editor to perfect the results. Squarespace also has a 14-day free trial, which gives you plenty of time to set it up and test its features. So I'll leave a link to that in the description if you'd like to follow along. If you follow the link in the description, you'll be taken to Squarespace's homepage, which looks something like this. And all you need to do is click the Get Started button here. And you'll then be asked a few questions about your website. So firstly, what is your site about? I'm going to be creating a website for my micro bakery, Flower Hours. So I'm going to start typing bakery in here and select it from the drop down. Then I'll be asked about the functions that I want my website to be able to do. So I would personally like to promote a physical business and offer a contact form so that customers can reach out for custom bakes. Then I'm going to select next, and I'll have the option to use Blueprint AI, which is Squarespace's AI website builder, or build with a website template. I'm going to use Blueprint AI for this because I think it's the best way to get a really personalized and professional result. But if you want to use a template, feel free to skip on to the next section. Out of all the AI builders I've tested, Squarespace is one of my favorites for beginners since it's broken down into 4 simple steps and it has a really visually responsive preview. If you want an in-depth walkthrough, I'll leave a link to our Blueprint tutorial below, but I'll quickly run through the steps for you now. Firstly, we've got add site information. So I'll add my brand name here. As you can tell, the name pops up in the top corner, making it really easy to see what the site looks like. There are 7 brand personalities to choose from, and it's worth clicking through to see which one suits your brand. And now we need to add the pages. So Squarespace anticipates the pages you might need from the information you've given already, but you can add or delete these based on what you need. So as you can see, the preview adapts. I can scroll along, zoom in, and see each page. I'm going to keep it simple to an about and contact page. For the colors and fonts, you'll see options for each of the brand personalities, and Squarespace will always recommend you those in the personality that you picked from the start. So for instance, I've got the friendly options here, which are recommended to me, but I could pick playful if I wanted to, or any other one. I really like this option here, so I'm going to stick with this. And then you'll just simply have to pick a font and you're done. It is also worth noting at this point that you can go back to the previous stages. Say now I've got my font that I'd like, I can go back and test it with a different color palette and just really make sure that I'm happy with what I've got. So if you click finish, your site will be generated. So after about a minute, Squarespace has saved my design choices and taken me through to the dashboard. You have a setup checklist to start with, but this is what we're going to be going through today anyway. Firstly, I'm going to start with editing the site content. So if you just click edit site up here or select edit site in the checklist, you'll be taken through to the editor. Before we start editing, I just want to go through a few of Squarespace's unique terms that you might not be familiar with. A website on Squarespace is made out of pages, sections, and blocks. If you think of your website like a house, your pages are the different rooms in that house, and the sections are the walls that make up the room. So as you can see here, you've got your home page, and each section is a separate part of the homepage. Now the blocks are like the decorations that you put in the house, the finishing touches that make it unique and functional. So an example of a block would be anything that's within a section, like text, buttons here, and images. We've already made a video covering Squarespace design basics, like changing your site style, editing text and images, and adding new blocks and sections. So I highly recommend you watch that. But essentially, here's what you need to know. Squarespace uses a drag and drop editor, so you can click and drag any element around the page to move it or to resize it. To edit any block, all you need to do is hover over it and click the pencil icon that appears here to see the editing options. To add a block, you click the add block button up here and you can just click them and drag them into place. And if you want to add a section, you can do that by scrolling down and finding a place in between 2 sections and seeing the add section button. And again, choosing from the options that appear. So I've gone away and had a play around with my homepage, and now I'm happy with how it looks. I've just replaced some of the images, changed the text and the buttons, and reorganize some of the sections. I'm going to start by looking at your header, which is right at the top of your site here. And this includes your logo, site title, and the navigation bar, which is what helps people move around your key pages. Hover over it and select Edit Site Header. To add a logo, select the pencil icon here next to your site title and add your logo in. Now you can adjust the logo size by sliding the logo height along here. As you can see, that is making it larger. Now a problem that I've got is that there's too much white space around my logo, so I have to make it really large for the text to be seen. So this can be fixed by clicking the edit button here and being taken through to the editor. Now I can click the crop button and actually crop my original logo smaller. Click save. And once it loads, you can see that that will zoom in, and it's a lot easier to see now, so I can make that smaller. You can also change the layout of your header by clicking an empty space and then click Edit Design and browse from the layout options. Now there are 5 different options to choose from, so it's worth having a little look and seeing which one suits you best. Now if we hover over the navigation and click the pencil icon, we can see the pages that we've got, and you can rearrange these by clicking the 6 dots here and dragging them, and you can see the changes reflected above in the navigation bar straight away. Click Show Pages here to manage all of your pages, and this is going to take you out of the editor, so make sure that you save your progress before leaving. So just click Save. Again, dragging the pages around in the main navigation bar will also affect the navigation bar on the top of the preview here. And you can also remove them from your navigation bar completely by moving them down into the hidden section. And as you can see, that has removed it completely. Each page has settings which you can access by clicking over the cog icon here, and you can then see specific settings about that page. So for example, I can change the URL slug, which is the web address for that exact page, or I can make my pages password protected, duplicate them, set a certain page as a home page. You can also control how your site appears in browsers with the SEO tab, but I'll show you a quicker way to do this in bulk later in the video. Now you know how to edit your existing pages, let's add a new page entirely. Every good cafe needs easy access to its menu, so I'm going to create a page that I can add to the main navigation bar. To add a page, click the plus button here next to main navigation pages. You'll see lots of different options to choose from, but you can see that there isn't anything for a menu specifically. So I'm going to use a workaround, which is adding a blank page and clicking Page. Now I'm going to title this page Menu. Once I've got my empty page, I'm going to click Edit and Add Section. And Squarespace does actually have a menu section that we can add. So we've got a selection of different ones to choose from depending on your menu size. This one should work for me. And that's done. So I can drag this around, I can edit it here and change the menu options and pricing. If you have your menu downloaded as a PDF, you can also add a button for users to view it. So I would simply click Add Block, go to Button, drag my button to where I want. I can edit it and change the text to See Menu. And then I would attach a link. Now, if you have the menu saved as a file, you can change the drop down here, select File and add your menu in, and that way people can download it and view it at different times. Here's one more cool thing that you can do to organize your pages. If your navigation bar is getting crowded, you can create a drop down to group multiple pages under one item. Let me show you how. Click the plus button and come down here to drop down at the bottom. Now you've created a drop down, I could title that drop down More Info. And I can drag any pages into that. So I would firstly drag our About Us page in. So that is under the More Info. And then I would also maybe like to add an FAQ section and a team page as well. So now our drop down has been created. I'm going to pop my contact in there as well. And there we go. So we've got menu, home, and then if we hover over more info, you can see links to all of these pages here. So now I've personalized my site's content, like the blocks and sections, and I've added pages and sorted out the navigation bar. The last step is to preview it by clicking this preview button up the top here. And this will just let you move around your site like a visitor. So I recommend going into every single page, checking that all the links work and the navigation bar works correctly and everything is clear. And once you're happy, we'll move on to the next step. Before publishing your site, there's one very important thing to do, and that is to make sure that people can actually find it on Google and AI search engines. This is done by optimizing your SEO and GEO, which just stand for search engine optimization and generative engine optimization. Don't worry if these terms sound confusing. Squarespace actually has a set of AI tools that can help get you started. And you can access these from the SEO AI visibility tab in your sidebar. So let me show you how you do it. You would exit the editor. Under the website tab, you'll see SEO/AI visibility. So once this page loads, you can instantly see under the SEO score which pages are missing metadata and which images are missing alt text. And these are really important to add. So the SEO scanner generates titles and descriptions for each page when you click Add Metadata. Now it will scan your site, and here you can see options for the meta title and the meta description. And if you haven't already guessed, this is how your pages show up in the Google search results with the blue link and the description underneath. Now you can edit all of these before adding them, and I recommend you do so that you can actually include the specific words that people are searching and increase your chances of getting seen in search results. But once you're happy with all of them, you can click next, and you'll see exactly the same process for the images. So you'll see alt text appear here for each one, and you can edit them and regenerate. Once you're happy with all of them, you can click save, and the SEO score is completed. Now, if you're on the core plan or above, you'll also be able to use this AI visibility scanner here, and it's a really cool tool that shows you if ChatGPT and Gemini are mentioning your site in their search results. For more details on Squarespace's SEO and GEO tools, check out the videos linked in the description. Okay, so we've created a site that we're happy with and we've optimized it for search. Now it's time to publish. You will need to upgrade from your free trial and secure a custom domain to get your site live. So here's how we can do that. To upgrade your site, all you'll have to do is click a subscribe button. They are dotted around everywhere in Squarespace, so it's easy to find one. And select the plan that works for you. I'd recommend either the basic or the core, depending on your requirements. Each plan does include e-commerce now, which is really great, but we have a more detailed guide on our website of Squarespace's pricing and which one would suit each business. So I'd definitely recommend checking that out. But once you've decided, you can click select. You can choose to pay annually or monthly for your subscription. If you can afford to pay annually in bulk, I would highly recommend it because you get a year's free domain included in the package, and you also save up to 29% compared to paying monthly, depending on the plan that you choose. We also have a code, WB10, which will give you a further 10% off any of these plans. So I'll leave a link to that in the description and that you can copy over. And then we'll just hit confirm selection and go ahead and pay. And if you have selected a monthly payment, you will have to go back and add a domain separately. Thanks for watching my Squarespace tutorial. I really hope you've enjoyed the video and you've been able to follow along and create a great website. Be sure to drop us a like and a comment with any questions you might have, and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with our tips and guides that are published every 2 weeks. See you next time.